Do the 8 ones stretch like the factory ones?
Nah, maybe not. So you think that's just better?
Because you're not supposed to use the factory ones again, are you?
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm Ash.
What do you do?
I draw pictures.
Of?
Cars.
Drift cars?
Yeah, drift cars, and sometimes I draw like old muscle cars as well.
What do you drive?
Sylvia, S14.
A black S14?
Yeah.
Is it cool?
Not really.
Used to be.
Hello.
Hey Ruben.
What are you?
What am I? I'm a Joel.
What's your team?
My brother is Adam, who's over there fixing my turbo kindly, and we Sue's garage, I guess.
So what's wrong with this, Ruben?
What's wrong with this? This thing is
this
snapped
situation.
off. The starter motor bolt is snapped off. How would it snap? Is that just straight up?
Just vibrations of drifting.
Torque from the starter motor.
Crazy drift vibrations. Drill that out, thread it, thread that in, and then weld it from the back so there's a new stud.
Sounds like a plan.
That's going to be pretty hard to drill, isn't it?
Maybe. Might have the same issue as last time. Yeah, I'll do it in the workshop. What?
So where are we, Ash?
We're in some wee shed.
Yeah, in the front row, kicking back old school tracks like damn. Can't get enough of this mo, like I don't even know where I am. Ooh, baby, get hyped to the beat, let's go, cause this is our jam. This is our jam. Let's go. Let me break it down right quick for my haters, my dictators and bad raiders. Since you never see
What
to
are
get
we
it
machining?
right.
Sorry?
What are we machining?
Machining the countersunk adapter plate bolts.
What's
So
wrong
that
with
sits
them?
flush. These have to be machined down so they actually sit flush against the adapter plate so the gearbox can bolt up.
But why do we need new ones?
Oh, they're not new. Oh no, these are new, Adam. These ones had to be drilled out, or they rounded off when we tried pulling everything apart.
Never ever think twice, yeah. And if you wanna get higher, pick up the mic and get to rapping, cause you're never getting higher. Yeah, in the front row, kicking back old school tracks like damn. Can't get enough of this mo, like I don't even know where I am. Ooh, baby, get hyped to the beat, let's go, cause this is our jam. This is our jam. Oh, yeah. In the front row, kicking back old school tracks like damn. Can't get enough of this mo, like I don't even know where I am. Ooh, baby, get hyped to the beat, let's zone, cause this is our jam. This is our jam. Oh, when I reminisce over you, my lordy, rest to make way for my newfound shorty. Checking the mic for ligaments while I reckon. Same time came out the womb while recording. All I ever did was make jokes out of suckers. Told them about the life that I live, mad ruckus. But if you never seen a grown man rock jewelry like me, jealous if it coming over you, then you bite me. All these other people, they be coolin' just like me. Talking about the homies and unusually right beat. Yeah, my crew is off the roof, and I told her not to brag about the crew, even though it's new. Even though it's new. Yeah, in the front row, kicking back old school tracks like damn. Can't get enough of this mo, like I don't even know where I am. Ooh, baby, get hyped to the beat, let's go, cause this is our jam. This is our jam.
Dropping dimes.
The old zinc bolt doesn't like.
No. Alright, she looks mint. It's gonna do the trick at least. Couple of roundups. it's all nice.
But this is actually a adapter plate for an RB25 box to an SR.
Oh, is it?
And that gearbox has just got an RB25 bell housing on it.
Oh, righto, okay.
Beauty.
Beaut. So dip the plate on. Ready to mount up the flywheel. Got some fresh stuff over here. Nice new machined flywheel, and I think we all realise that these are quite important. And a new clutch. The old flywheel, a bit of a clean up with
the semi gaskets and then the spare boxes in there.
The brake cleaner.
Use an alternating or crisscross pad and torque the bolts to 70 foot-pounds. Huh?
We went on the internet though.
The internet knows more.
I think the internet told us like 80, 85 or something.
Yeah. I think I'd follow the instructions that come on them.
Hopefully.
No, but that's what I mean. I think when we put our ones in, we read those and we were like, that sounds dumb, and then we googled it and then did a different one.
Really?
Mm. Don't we have that on film? No, we don't. We weren't filming then. We weren't cool. We weren't vlogging. And what are you doing down here?
Putting a new flywheel, or a freshly machined flywheel on the shop car SR because the old one tried to exit the building.
You sure did.
Pretty abruptly. Where's your car, Ruby?
My car is in bits in the garage.
Why is that?
Because I'm putting basically this engine, a copy of this one, in my car. Because my car is extremely slow.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be extremely slow anymore. I want to be fast.
You guys are all going to be in the Pro Division now, and I'm going to have nobody to drive with.
Well, I was in the Pro Division anyway because I thought I was cool.
Really
Alright, let's go talk to Adam, who is currently working on Joel's car because everyone's going drifting next weekend at Mad Mike Drift Force. Joel's car hasn't been out for a while. Last Drift Force day, what happened? Adam, tell us what happened.
The turbo fell off.
The turbo straight fell off. So...
Didn't actually fall off, just broke a stud.
Well, yeah, broke a stud.
And
so,
I'm just doing some
remedial work in here.
Some strut extraction surgery. Gotta.
So is this one of those mid-mount manifolds?
Yeah.
And this car has a TD06.
Yeah, so it's a copy of like the original gritty mid-mount manifold.
And you made this, yeah?
Yeah. Just a steam pipe version because the originals tend to crack pretty bad.
And they were stainless too as well, eh?
Yeah, they're thin wall stainless and they're pretty old now, so
okay.
It's pretty hard to find one in good nick.
And do you want to give us a history on this motor?
This is the motor that was originally in my purple 180SX.
Insert purple 180SX of Adams.
And then, yeah, so spent its life in the 180, and then I built the S14, and I think I did one season of D1Z with that motor, and then I built the VE setup, which is in it currently. And then Joel got it as a hand-me-down.
So this engine has never been opened, yeah? The head has been off, obviously.
Yeah, the head's been off it.
Oh, and you did bearings or something, didn't you?
Well, I checked them, and then Joel didn't have money, so we just put them back in.
Okay, so this motor has, what, like, that must be like 8 years of drifting.
Done
I think it's 11.
Is it 11 years of drifting this motor has done?
Without being opened.
Without being rebuilt,
And when I pulled it out of my 180, I think it done like 160 or 165,000 kilometers.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it had, Adam put a TDO6 on it when it was in the 180, and then it did a season of D1 in the S14, a season, 2 seasons of D1 in this car, and then like God knows how many track days.
Track days. So this is an amazingly reliable SR.
Touch wood.
And it doesn't even have an oil cooler.
Yeah.
But Joel's possibly one of the only drifters in the world that drifts while looking at his gauges.
Yeah, I check my gauges. I was like, always check my gauge. When I was in Japan, Shane Bingham of Stax used to tell me, like, you can't get your oil over, I think it was don't get your oil over 110 or 105. And so I'm like, mid-corner, checking my gauge, and it's like, Shane will yell at me. Then I got in the habit of doing that when I was over there, and now, like...
Yeah, well, it's obviously not a bad habit to be in then.
Yeah, and I just don't hot lap. If you don't hot lap and you let the engine cool down between runs, and you don't let the oil get hot, you check the water, like, the engine's fine, it's not going to blow up.
Yeah. So it seems there is possibly people overdoing things when they don't really need to with SRs.
It also doesn't make a crap ton of power.
What does this make power wise then?
It makes around 270 on like a really, really good day.
270 kilowatts, so what's that, like 350 odd horsepower?
More than that, wouldn't it?
370 horsepower?
370 horsepower
Yeah.
maybe.
So 370 horsepower at the wheels.
But it's a TDO6 and it has a mid-mount manifold, in the way, because of the length of the mid-mount manifold runners, it makes the boost really off when it's off and on when it's on. So like your dyno graph just goes like flat, 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 and then like whack.
And what boost is it running then?
It runs 1.2 bar, but that only comes on at like after like around $4,500, I think. So it's like a lot laggier, and laggier in the sense that it doesn't ramp up like a normal, like the modern Garrett turbos does. It kind of just like it's off, 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 and then on.
Then
so
hits.
Makes it really, after driving these cars with like ED5 and GDXs and stuff, it's actually really difficult to drive. But yeah.
And what about cams, pond cams in this as well? Yeah.
Nah, it's got I think it's got Brian Crower 264s or whatever that is. Stage 2.
But all standard valve train then?
No, you need to run aftermarket valve springs with the cams, because they've got, I think it's 11.5mm lift, quite high.
Yeah.
So
that's quite a big cam, isn't it, for like a stock engine? But obviously this thing's working. So anyways, that's the breakdown on, a bit of a breakdown on Joel's car. We'll get some decent action footage of everyone out there this coming weekend at Drift Force. But yeah, anyway, let's get this car sorted out and get the engine back in the shop car. So putting some fresh ARP flywheel bolts in. I mean, the stock ones do the job. The only reason everything fell apart is because of the cracked crankshaft. The other flywheel that nearly exited this engine used the stock flywheel bolts, but I don't really think it's that much of a problem. It was only a problem because of the crank pulley. So, but it's a safeguard anyway, putting the ARP flywheel bolts on here for this one. The old spanner on the stud here, and a clutch. Well, it's not actually a clutch bolt, but a bolt in the flywheel to hold everything in place.
Steel in the factory one.
Right, what do we got? What is this? An XCD?
just a single play pucked XZD clutch.
So nothing too fancy, it's just an off the shelf jobby.
Yeah, the only thing is if you're going for one of these, just make sure that it's the silver pressure plate version.
And that is because of...
Well, I struggle to get this thing out. The pink ones, which is what's on the box, are terrible and have no clamp.
Ah, right.
So they tend to slip pretty easy.
So this is a higher clamping. What's the clamping force on this? Oh, holy crap! It comes with like the whole bloody shebang.
Yeah, mate, everything you need.
That is
Even the
awesome.
bearing.
So yeah, what's the clamping force on this then?
I have no idea. It's enough to hold the power that we run. More than enough.
So a spring center 5-puck. Oh yeah, here you go. The secret to success. B-knuckle and stance.
You're doing the waistcoat there, Screamer?
Yeah, just tightening up the screamer pipe.
She screams.
All the mad screams. It's just all V-band stuff, so it's nice and easy.
Alrighty, so first up, hot side.
Oh, like a glove.
Have you got all the clamps on?
Yep.
Oh yeah, sweet. Oh. Next up we got the intake.
Lovely. All right, so we are pretty much done for today. Joel's car is basically back together as well. Just got a vacuum line to mount up there for the boost controller before the intake pipe goes back on, and Joel vacuum line as it says, and the shop car, everything's back in, everything's buttoned up. We just need a crank pulley, then the radiator can go back in, and then it's all tickety boo. So yeah, everything's looking pretty good for next weekend. Ash is driving, Graham's driving, Joel's driving, and Adam's driving, and Ruben's not driving. So that kind of sucks, because obviously I pulled my engine out and to put the other motor in. So yeah, I won't be driving, but at least that frees me up quite a bit to hopefully get some decent action footage, which would be good to get some decent action footage, because the last lot was rubbish. So yeah, hopefully we can get a media pass and get out in the infield and all that kind of stuff, and get some good footage for everyone and for the channel. Next video after this will probably be at the drift day at Drift Force, Mad Mike's Drift Force. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. If you've watched the videos, you might see us there and come up and say hi. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.